Man, I can't imagine there's a park anywhere around here. This looks like a rough place. Oh, wait. What does that sign say? Oh, man, there it is. Concrete Plant Park. There it is. Ah, down this path. All right. Now begins our adventure. So it looks to be a jogging, biking path down here. Wow, who would have thought? You never know where you're going to find a little bit of a oasis. All right, can you see that muddy brown water? No, that's not the Mississippi, and that's not regular mud. That's the Bronx River, and many factories and companies line the shore, so there's no telling what's in that stuff. Whoa, here's the park area. It's clearing up, and that in the distance you see there, that is the eponymous concrete plant. We're going to see more about it.
Plant Park on the Bronx River officially opened in the fall of 2009.
3, 2, 1.
A decade earlier, community activists who envisioned the potential in a waterfront wasteland organized and partnered with the city to transform the industrial site into an urban park.
This is a day of celebration, not just about a park, right? Because that's a wonderful thing, but it's also a celebration of a community.
It used to look like there was a whole bunch of garbage in the river and over there, and some people helped join to clean it, and now it looks pretty and there's flowers and the river looks clean.
This park was abandoned. It wasn't a park, it was an old concrete plant. There were squatters living here, dogs, there were 10,000 tires, there were lots of old dangerous facilities, and had pretty much sort of been left to decay.
Now what it is it's a beautiful park, but it is also a real reflection of the community effort that went into really reclaiming this land as a park.
Now we have a clearing here to the river. Yes, we should. Alrighty. There it is. Can't say the mighty Bronx River, maybe the murky Bronx River. And it flows all the way down. It empties out into the Long Island Sound, I believe. And it goes all the way up into Westchester County, where it's a lot cleaner.
The Bronx River is the only freshwater river in the city of New York. We've been working over the years to clean up the river to try to improve the areas adjacent to it and reclaim properties like this, which were an old industrial site.
We now have salt marsh thriving, and so that has brought back a lot of wildlife that can really thrive in the river here.
So we have some awnings and benches here, trees around. Not the cleanest place. As we look around there, the 6 train made a hard turn, and now it's going along. It'll eventually wind up going over there by Bruckner Boulevard, Hunts Point. Meanwhile, we are going to look at the concrete things.
We saw a vision that this place could be a park, that community folks needed access to the river. And then we began to bring the politicians in, we began to hold some press conferences, media events, call a lot of attention to this site. And here we are today celebrating this great victory.
Water fountain has been tested. Tested for what? Does it mean it's safe to drink? I'll tell you what, why don't you put your mouth down there? Now, what is this thing? Public work stand. Oh, you can hang your bike on here to lock it. Oh no, you can work on your bike. Look at this, very interesting. Air pump for the tires. Then there are tools here. If you have to like change a flat, hopefully you have your flat kit with you, which you should when you're riding a bike. And you can take off the tire. Wrenches are all here. There's even a spudger. That's what you use to stick in between the rim and the rubber tires so you can make it loose and you can pull out the inner tube. Very great of the city to provide this. Wow, even in all this pollution, there were some animals that live here. I must have scared them away. They were sitting there nice on the rock. And I guess they heard me clicking. So the mother said, "Come on, babies, let's get out of here."
That were used to create concrete.
When everybody was thinking how they wanted to design this park, that was, you can imagine, a big topic of conversation. Are we going to keep those silos or not? And it turned out that whether you were talking to the kids who helped to get the cars out of the river, or the community advocates who led the fight for saving it, or the designers of the park, or the park administrators, everybody really agreed, let's save some of those buildings so we remind ourselves of what was once here, and also because they're fun. They look neat.
Our journey starts with the ancient Egyptians in 3000 BC. They used early concrete, made of mud and straw. The Romans paved the way for many things in modern society, and using concrete in the building of the Pantheon and the mighty Colosseum, the fall of the Roman Empire saw a long decline in the use of concrete. Fast forward to 1793, when the father of civil engineering, John Smeaton, put concrete back on the map by creating hydraulic cement. Smeaton identified the compositional requirements for cement to harden without having to be dry. This single discovery is at the heart of every sea wall, canal and bridge built since. Joseph Aspdin registered the patent for Portland cement. The genius and efficacy of Portland cement was proved when renowned civil engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel used it to fill a breach in the famous Thames Tunnel. The first concrete house was built in 1835. the growing metropolis of London underwent a massive transformation as the complex London sewerage system was built using Portland cement. The construction involved 2.7 million cubic metres of excavated earth, 318 million bricks, and 670,000 cubic metres of concrete. The next huge leap of progress was made in 1880 with the introduction of Pudlow, the world's first ever waterproof admixture for concrete. The start of the 20th century saw rapid advancement and an increasing role for concrete in the expansion of cities, roads, and grand engineering projects. The first concrete high-rise building was constructed in 1903, and the first affordable housing project followed shortly after. The first concrete framed skyscraper was built in 1909. The stunning engineering project, the Hoover Dam, in 1913. Across the 20th century, concrete was at the heart of some of the most impressive structures the world has ever seen.
What have we here? Oh wow! There's a garden here. One of the public gardens. Well, the public doesn't grow food here, but they make it available. That's why over there they're asking you to drop off your scrap. Growing vegetables here, as you can see. Surprising in this area. There's a boat. Don't worry, they're not using river water for this. In the backdrop, the rust-colored iron and steel behind the beautiful green and the life and vegetation. I don't see any vegetables here. These are probably herbs. Yeah, these are certain herbs. Can't really smell anything, so I don't know what they are. Oh, the path continues. Let's see if we can tell how far it goes. Well, this is a boat launch right here. Boat launch Bronx River Blue Way Trail. You can actually take your boat in that water. Down the steps here. Launch your boat down into that water. All right, we continue up this riding jogging path. I'm really curious to see what's around the bend and how far does it go. Okay, it goes up to that, oh, it appears to end. This is the end of the path. It might continue across this. Oh, this is Bruckner Boulevard. Bruckner Boulevard. No place to go but back down. When I can go, this is the bottom way. I'll just go down Bruckner, go over to Simpson Street. Gotta say, I have never walked under 278 before, over here at Bruckner Boulevard. Ridden the bike though, drove, it's amazing. One turn off of Bruckner Boulevard and the neighborhood looks normal again. Kind of nice here. Longfellow Avenue. There's a nice big school there, playground. Everything was clean and well kept. So different than my area of Harlem. Okay, so I know what that is. This is Southern Boulevard. There's a 6 train stop down there. Hunts Point stop. And if I turn around and head this way, the 2 train is right over there. 2-5 train. So I could have come this way next time.